Good afternoon. I'm Spot On Weather Meteorologist Matthew Euler, and we're going to take a look at the next 72 hours, looking at the short range forecast for Southeast Virginia. All right, so starting out with the visible satellite picture, along with some observations at 1200 Eastern Time, basically noon Eastern Time, December 13th today, 2016. And so what we have going on here on the satellite image is we do have some breaks in the clouds at the present time. As you can see over Southeast Virginia, these dark areas represent areas where the sun is peeking through the clouds. We do have a lot of clouds, though, overall across the area, streaming from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina into the Virginia area. We do have a lot of clouds back here to the west as well. Now, taking a look at the observations, right now we're fairly mild. We're at 53 degrees at the Spot On Weather Studios. But looking upstream, we typically want to look, since weather moves from west to east, we want to take a look at the observations upstream. When I mean upstream, that's the direction where the weather is coming from, is upstream. Basically, things blow from west to east in the mid latitudes for weather. So we want to look to see what's going on up here at Cincinnati, for example, or back in the Illinois area, Indiana, because generally what they are receiving today, we usually get about a day later, 24 hours later. So what's going on upstream? Okay, I'll tell you this. The Arctic air is getting closer. You can see 33 degrees with a dew point of 32 with light snow right now in Cincinnati. We have 16 degrees back in Chicago, 3 degrees above zero in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 5 degrees above zero in Bismarck. Iowa and Des Moines right now, Des Moines, Iowa, 11 degrees. This is the Arctic air that is heading towards Southeast Virginia. It won't be as extremely cold because as the air mass moves southeast, it will modify over warmer land areas, but we will be very cold, and that is the air mass to come. Right now in our area, like I said, we're sitting at about 53, 54 degrees in a lot of the reporting stations around Hampton Roads in Southeast Virginia. So northeasterly winds are 5 to 10 miles per hour at the present time. Here's a look at the radar composite at noon Eastern Standard Time today. We have an area of snow that has broke out from western Maryland, southeast Pennsylvania into central Ohio. Some heavier snow actually towards southern Ohio. And then we have a little bit of snow going back into the Indianapolis area. We do have some rain showers over eastern Kentucky, as well as some rain showers to the south of Southeast Virginia over North Carolina, the coastal areas there. And that is in conjunction with a developing weak area of low pressure offshore. And this will mainly be our rain a little bit later on, late this afternoon into the evening. We could have some light rain showers that pivot up this way, up the Carolina coast into Southeast Virginia before pulling offshore overnight tonight. We're not expecting a lot in the way of rainfall totals, by the way. Only 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch tops. So not a heavy rain event by any stretch. So what's the forecast chart look like for tomorrow, December 14th? We have a strong 1,027 millibar high over central Illinois. The clockwise flow around it is starting to bring in northwesterly winds. And the Arctic air is just to our north tomorrow morning. This is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time, by the way. So the Arctic air is still to the north at this point in time. That coastal low I was mentioning there on the radar image, the last image, that is now deepened, but it has moved away from the mid-Atlantic coast. So we have Arctic air. We have a strong Arctic front knocking on our door tomorrow morning at this time. So the Arctic front we're expecting tomorrow is the Arctic front to move through southeastern Virginia by late afternoon, resulting in plunging temperatures. Temperatures will start off to actually be the warmest during the morning. As the day progresses, as the Arctic front moves through, the Arctic air spills in, these temperatures will drop into the lower 40s by late tomorrow night, and you will feel a big difference out there. Winds also, a big clue as to if the Arctic air has arrived will be the wind speeds. The winds we expect will increase from the northwest 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts to 25 miles per hour, and that's going to result in wind chill values dropping into the 20s tomorrow night. So get those coats out. This is going to be the second shot of Arctic air that we had mentioned last week. It's coming in and it's going to be very cold. Thursday, very, very cold. Lowering thickness values, a 1035 millibar high becomes a dominant high centered over central Iowa. Strong winds, northwesterly winds, a very tight pressure gradient as the departing low moves off and this strong Arctic high starts to build into our area. Very cold, bundle up. Lower thickness values, as I mentioned, clockwise flow around this high. And on Thursday, we have Arctic air firmly in place with highs only reaching the middle to upper 30s. We'll be lucky if we make 36 for a high temperature on Thursday. The wind chill values will be in the 20s throughout the day on Thursday, and they are going to drop down, believe it or not, to between 10 and 15 degrees above zero after sunset Thursday night. Winds will be strong from the northwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts to 25 miles per hour. And that's what's going to be the cause of such low wind chill values, the combination of the cold temperatures plus the wind blowing fairly strongly. Moving on to Friday, December 16th to end this work week for you. 1034 millibar high is now situated over southeastern Ohio. We have frigid air in place here across southeast Virginia. This is going to be the coldest day right here of the week. Bitterly cold day, wind chill values between 10 and 15 degrees above zero through 10 a.m. And then 20s for wind chill values the rest of the day. High temperature expected to be near 32 degrees, the freezing point. So we're in for a very, very cold day, bitterly cold Friday. Winds, thankfully, will decrease in the afternoon to between 5 and 10 miles per hour on Friday, so that will be helpful. It won't add insult to injury as far as how it feels out there. Depending on the timing of overrunning precipitation, we may see a mixture of rain and snow or freezing rain overnight on Friday night before a transition to all rain. This really has a lot to do with when moisture moves in from the southwest. How long will it take for that moisture to move overhead in southeast Virginia? If the moisture moves in overnight Friday night, there's a good chance we could see a mix of rain and snow or even freezing rain in this area. Now, at the present time, we're not expecting any significant accumulations of snow or ice. Just something to keep in mind, though, it's a possibility come Friday night and early Saturday morning. Now, we expect the freezing rain or the mix of rain and snow, if it does occur, that is going to transition to all rain by 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. So this is not going to be a crippling winter storm, but we could see our first wintry precip of the year on Friday night in the wee hours of Saturday morning when most of us are asleep. All right, and then I want to show you the extended forecast. Again, thank you to Mike Foland, USA Weather. He graciously allows me to be a part of the USA Weather team, as well as I update my forecast. We use USA Weather graphics. This is what you'll find in Facebook and Twitter. We send out these links for updated forecasts to help prepare your day, prepare your next 3 to 5 days. Up here we have the graphical forecast, and down here we have a more detailed text forecast, which gives you more details about temperatures and winds. And we also have these links on our forecasts and products that we update regularly as well at Spot On Weather. So take a look sometime. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll be able to get these updates every day, these graphical and text forecasts from us. So overall this afternoon, our high will be around 52. Rain showers will hold off until later on this afternoon into this evening. Tonight, a few light rain showers. Again, not expecting much in the way of rain, a tenth to a quarter of an inch. Tomorrow it does dry out. We're not expecting any rain, but we're kind of in between the current air mass and the Arctic air mass. So temperatures will top out at 49 tomorrow with mostly cloudy conditions. And Wednesday night, the Arctic air really pours in. The winds pick up. Low of 33 by Thursday morning, only getting up to 37 on Thursday. Even though there's sun out, it's not going to matter. The Arctic air and the strong cold air advection is going to trump it. And then Thursday night, we're down all the way to 20 degrees, folks. Thursday night, Friday morning, when you wake up to go to work, you are going to want to get into a warm space quickly. Heated car, I know most people will be scurrying if you were lucky enough to work in an office, that kind of thing. So it is coming, folks. 32 for a high on Friday. Friday's not on here, but it is down here in the text portion. So feel free to contact us, by the way. For the latest weather forecast, you can search Spot On Weather, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we also have our own YouTube channel where we post these videos. We also share the videos in YouTube, in Facebook and Twitter. We share the links to the videos. Subscribe to get the latest, most accurate forecast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get these latest forecasts, these video forecasts. They're very detailed analysis. And then feel free to share your weather pictures and comments with us. Feel free. We really love to see your comments, your feedback, as well as pictures. All right, so that's all we've got for now. We look at this, and it's going to be very, very cold. Thursday, Friday, this is the last really mild day. Tomorrow, temperatures will fall once the Arctic front moves through. The winds are going to pick up. You're going to notice it, believe me. Dress warmly, and then the long range covered everything from Saturday on with the pattern. The pattern looks highly variable in the long range. I will say that. We'll just keep a close eye on it. And we'll keep you up to date at Spot On Weather. Just remember, Spot On Weather, if we're not spot on, we're not doing it right. Everybody have a great afternoon.